This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Facing the possibility of closing its doors, employees at a local prison met with local lawmakers to discuss their options. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Ken Kara and this is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information. Here's our Tuesday headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. And topping the news tonight is the forecast. The wintry weather caused some headaches for drivers today. Earlier, an accident on I-80 West between exits 273 and 263 closed all lanes. No word on if it was weather related, that accident. Check with PA 511 for updates and all traffic alerts. Be careful as you're driving because there's a winter weather advisory from the National Weather Service in effect until 2 a.m. And if you were planning on going to a local sporting event tonight, double check the schedule. Hazleton Area High School postponed its sporting events for Tuesday night. Here now is your local forecast from the National Weather Service. Freezing rain and sleet before 1 a.m., then rain. Temperatures rising to around 35 by 3 a.m. Wednesday, we have a chance of rain before 9 a.m. Partly sunny. We'll get up to the mid-40s. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. Wednesday night, 50% chance of showers after 9 p.m. Cloudy. We'll have a low of 40 degrees. And then on Thursday, 40% chance of showers. Cloudy, high near 51. As things really heat up, then Thursday night, 30% chance of showers. Mostly cloudy, low of 39 degrees. Friday, there's a 30% chance of some showers before 8 a.m. Partly sunny with a high of 41. Friday night, it gets cold again, mostly cloudy, low of 19. Then for Saturday, 30% chance of snow after 8 a.m., high of only 29 degrees. And then Saturday night, 50% chance of snow, cloudy with a low of 23 degrees. Hazleton police are investigating a report of illegal dumping. They're asking for your help to identify the person in these photos. Police say a man in a green Ford Explorer was video recorded in the rear of the 700 block of West Broad Street and was observed allegedly illegally dumping vehicle parts. If you can identify the person, call Hazleton Police anonymously at 570-459-4940 or submit a tip online at hazletonpolice.com or text the words "My Tips" in the body of the message to crimes. That's 274-637. About 200 people turned out last night for a meeting to discuss the state's plans to close 2 prisons. State Senator John Udechak and State Representative Gerald Mullery addressed the crowd at a fire hall in Hemlock Creek. 3 of 5 prisons being considered for closure are the SCI Retreat, SCI Frackville, and SCI Waymart. Senator Udechak challenged the correction officers in attendance to fight to keep their prison open and their jobs safe. Representative Mullery advised them to contact the governor's office. The Hazleton Area School District is exploring the possibility of merging district junior high schools. Lisa Sugar sat down with the district superintendent for an update.
I'm pleased to welcome back to our studios Dr. Craig Butler, the Superintendent of Schools for the Hazleton Area School District, providing us with regular updates of issues that are important to you, our viewers. On the subject of Junior High Study Committee that is underway last year, that was created so that you could decide whether or not you should consolidate all of the junior high students together. Tell us what's going on with that and where that study committee is at right now.
Sure, Lisa. The committee has met about a half a dozen times. We started meeting in October. The committee is representative of parents, teachers, school administrators, school directors. The impetus behind forming the committee was basically a derivative of last year's budget work last spring, and looking at different ways of using resources more effectively in the school district, looking at programmatic and educational advantages, and also keeping in mind our ongoing space dilemma and our growing population in the school district. So it's a multifaceted approach to address a number of potential problems moving forward for the school district. Challenging work. We have a great committee. I can't say enough about how well the committee has worked together. We're looking at several options at this point. There are 5 standing options on the table. A combination of 2 junior highs, one in the city, one in the valley, That's one option. Another option is 2 junior highs, both 7th and 8th grade, by the way, both in the city, so to speak, around the high school campus complex. An option where we'd have a standalone 7th and a standalone 8th building, and perhaps one in the valley, one in the city. One of the options is to stay as is, to do nothing. It's hard to tell what will prevail at this point in time, Lisa, but we are attempting to render a recommendation to the board by the end of this month, by the end of January. Because as we move into budget season, the board needs to know, first of all, the committee's work, be aware of the committee's work, cumulative speaking, but also position themselves to keep these options in mind as we dive into the new budget season.
Well, if you go with any consolidation, are you talking about then purchasing or building a new building?
No, we are absolutely not speaking of that. The district financially is not in a position to build.
Well, how would you put like one in the valley or one in the city or 2 in the city?
Good question. That would be a matter of moving the grades in those buildings to other existing buildings. For example, let's use drums for an example. Drums is a K-8 building. If we were to use drums for 7 and 8 only, we would be repositioning the K-6 students in nearby schools that make sense geographically for that area. So that's the consolidation that we're speaking of, is combining 7th and 8th graders in a geographic area into one building, maximizing our services in many ways, and delivering the instruction and educational programming in such a way that we can better use our resources. One issue that has arisen, obviously, is, and I understand this as living in Hazleton now and existing in the district for 4 years, is what about the community school feeling? In other words, what's going to happen to our drum school? What's going to happen to our Freeland school? And this has people legitimately on edge a little bit in terms of what this could mean for their child or for their community and the community school feel, which is very much a part of the Hazleton Area School District. And we're careful not to upset that, but we're also keeping an open mind and looking at options.
All right, well, we're going to know then what the recommendation will be at the end of the month.
Hopefully so, Lisa. Again, we're shooting for the January board meeting to deliver some sort of information to the board. And again, the role of the committee is simply just to recommend. Ultimately, the board, in working with administration, will decide if anything occurs, that decision will be made at that level.
All right, well, we will definitely keep you up to date on to what transpires with this developing, I guess, story we could call it, to find out what the future is for junior high school students in the Hazleton Area School District.
Thanks, Lisa. Now, hey, before we go to break, I want to remind you that you can watch this broadcast in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513. So if you have HD capability, take a moment to make the switch. Now, still to come on the show, details about an art tribute to Muhammad Ali in Schuylkill Haven, and later we have highlights and reaction from a great game between Monoy area and Mount Carmel.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
A very special tribute is taking place in our area this Thursday evening. It is a tribute to Muhammad Ali at the Walk-In Arts Center in Schuylkill Haven. Here to tell us all about it is Lisa Robinson. She is the executive director of the Arts Center. Lisa, I know you have been working very hard on this. The exhibit already opened this past weekend, but now this special tribute and mic night taking place this Thursday evening.
Yes, this Thursday, January 12th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It is free to the public. We are inviting everyone to come. Tell us your stories about Muhammad Ali. How did Muhammad Ali touch your lives? What do you know about Muhammad Ali? Do you have memorabilia of Muhammad Ali? And also we'll be singing happy birthday to Muhammad Ali because January was his birthday month. The event itself is sponsored by South Schuylkill News in Schuylkill Haven, and we encourage everyone to attend. It is free to attend, but we do encourage everyone to register online through our website, www.walkinartscenter.org, to register your spot. We can only fit so many people into our main gallery, and we know this is going to be a very popular event.
Now, You said you've even visited the camp that Muhammad Ali had, which is close in our area. So that's the connection that has been involving Schuylkill Haven and the Schuylkill County area.
Absolutely. We had a tour last week before Christmas, and we explored the different things that are happening currently at the Muhammad Ali camp. The owner, Mike Madden, he's going to be trying to attend our event on January 12th, and we also have Jean Kilroy is going to be Skyping in to be able to answer everyone's questions. But the camp itself, they were just approved to have it as a historical site, and they're trying to revamp it back to its original look.
Wow. So for anyone who is coming out to this special event on Thursday night, take us through what they will see, what you've already obtained. Is there a lot of memorabilia that will be there?
Yes, currently right now we have the exhibition open from January 7th until January 31st in the main gallery. The pieces that are hung right now are pieces that have been given to us on loan from people with their private collection. It's pictures of Muhammad Ali from professional photographers. There's also multiple different art pieces that people have done of Muhammad Ali, and those pieces, some of them are part of their private collection, some of them are for sale. And on January 12th, we ask everyone else to bring other memorabilia that you might have that you would like to share with everybody.
And they can do that through the open mic.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We'll have a microphone there, and one by one we'll have people come up and tell their stories. We'll have a form to fill out to sign up to register for the mic night, and that way it'll be a little bit more organized, and people can come and enjoy a night, and we can all celebrate Muhammad Ali and how he touched everyone's life.
All right, well, it's going to be a really wonderful evening. That's this Thursday night from 6 till 8 p.m., the Muhammad Ali Tribute Exhibit at the Walk-In Art Center in Schuylkill Haven. As Lisa said, walkinartcenter.org. You can go there to register so that it doesn't cost you anything, but just so they have enough room for everybody who wants to come. If you have any questions or you want to ask Lisa anything, the number is 570-732-3728. We hope this will be a wonderful event. I know you have a snow date of January 19th, but hopefully you won't need it.
Yes, fingers crossed.
All righty. We hope to see everyone there. Don't forget to register. It's going to be a really special tribute for Muhammad Ali.
Thank you, Lisa. We'll see you again right after this story. The Brandon's Forever Home mentoring and homeless programs are getting underway, and you're invited to attend an informational meeting this Saturday at 9 a.m. Come out and have your questions and concerns answered. Becoming a mentor for a foster child is a rewarding experience. This informational meeting is this Saturday at 9 a.m. at Brandon's Forever Home, 187 North Church Street in Hazelton. 2017 is expected to be a very busy year for the Downtown Hazelton Alliance for Progress. Once again, here's Lisa Sugar.
Well, Krista Schneider is back with us. She is the Executive Director of the Downtown Hazelton Alliance for Progress. You were here recently to tell us about 2016. That was a very good year, but you're hoping 2017 is going to be even better. And one of the projects, I guess, that is on your list for the new year is Wyoming Street. So tell us what's happening there.
Well, the city council approved an application that we're writing to submit to the state for funding for streetscape improvements for Wyoming Street. New sidewalks, new street lighting, make it brighter, make it better, well lit, and just overall aesthetic improvements. So Wyoming Street is coming back, and we're hoping that this grant can help. Should it be funded, that new streetscape will really help things.
Alrighty, and the Historic District Initiative underway, and now you're looking to a planning study for that.
Right. So that'll involve, having historic preservation consultants come in, do an inventory of the district, and try to understand, what is the significance, what is the the boundary of the district, and that'll be the first step to hopefully, revitalizing that neighborhood as well.
How important do you think that is for the city of Hazelton to get that historic district finalized?
I think it's pretty important. I mean, we've hosted together with the Historical Society several tours now, some walking tours, and there's a great deal of interest. And the more I learn about it, the more I realize how significant some of these homes are, how beautiful they are. The architecture that dates back to the turn of the century, the Victorian style of architecture, and people are really interested in preserving that history, and so I think it is very important.
We all saw the interest when the castle was preserved at now Hazelton Elementary Middle School. So it is nice to keep these beautiful buildings up and going. Also, I know the Arts Center, a big project that we're hoping to see come to fruition soon. So the former Security Savings Bank building, how is that progressing?
Finally, the design plans are completed. The project is out to bid. I believe the bids are due, construction bids are due January 17th. If everything goes well, we could be under construction by spring. So that's the hope. By March, is our goal. And that'll be a 9-month construction phase, I hope, and hopefully it'll be open to the public this time next year.
Wow, that'll be a really nice addition to the downtown. And finally, also, you told me you're hoping that maybe things could become a reality to have an incubator in the downtown.
Well, we have a building that's being donated to us on the next block, just a few doors down from the Arts Center, and with the goal that this building could be turned into some sort of either small business incubator or a technology center of some sort. We're not really sure yet exactly, how it would work or what it will be. So we're applying for grants to fund a feasibility study to determine, our partners, the capability and the funding, that'll be required to do something like that.
All right, well, a lot happening in downtown Hazelton for the new year. Krista will be back to keep us up to date on how it's all going.
The incredibly busy Lisa Sugar, ladies and gentlemen. Now your midday winning lottery numbers on SSPTV News. Pick 2, 07, pick 3, 018, pick 4, 9323, and pick 5, 20391. It all came down to Mono area's final possession in their boys basketball game against Mount Carmel. We have highlights and reaction after this break.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
Mount Carmel boys basketball coach John Lazicki knew his team was in for a fight in Monoy City on Monday. His team was without their second leading scorer, but that's not the only reason he was worried. Lazicki played in the Schuylkill League and he coached there, so he knows Monoy area has a great program and that they play the physical brand of Schuylkill League basketball. Mount Carmel and Monoy area seem like two similar teams. Every now and then during their non-league game, you would get a glimpse of what they're capable of when they're focused and things are clicking. In the first quarter, Monoy's defense was smothering. The Red Tornadoes were only able to make one field goal and they trailed the Golden Bears 11-3. This highlight serves as a nice summary of how things went in the first quarter. Jordan McGee blocks a shot and then it's point guard Mike Joseph quick in transition and he finds Matt Durr, and that's some pretty basketball. However, Mount Carmel seemed to take a collective breath after the buzzer and they came out ready to play in the second quarter.
They play great defense. They pressure you, they're physical. We just had to take and play a little bit more under control, and that's been my motto all year. When we play under control, we're a good team. When we play helter-skelter, out of sorts, then things become tough.
The Red Tornadoes battled back to make it a 3-point game at the half, and by the end of the third, they had a 1-point lead. Then it was the Golden Bears' turn to start getting things back under control. Justin Rivera gave Monoy the lead early in the fourth quarter with this nice putback. Joseph scored 2 of his team-high 14 points here to put the Bears up 30-28. But down the stretch, Mount Carmel made the shots, grabbed the rebounds, and didn't turn the ball over when it mattered the most. Down by 2, Donovan James made this key steal and was fouled on the other end. He made both of his shots to tie the game. Then John Ayers made this key offensive rebound and got fouled. He went to the line and put Mount Carmel ahead for good, 37-36.
We played a phenomenal first quarter, getting up 11-3. I thought, it was going to continue after that, but our guys, it seemed like they were getting a little lackadaisical, not running our offense, and it seemed at the end of the game that their pressure was coming to us, especially when it's not in Mike Joseph's hands.
It was a tough 4 days for the Golden Bears. They lost on Friday in overtime to Schuylkill League Division III foe Marion. Then they lost 2 non-league games by a combined 6 points.
It's definitely been tough, playing 3 games in 4 nights and starting it off, with an overtime loss at Marion, and then we have to go down to Lebanon Valley College and play a tough team in Anvil Cleona. They had some really big height. We did a fairly good job against them on Saturday, and same thing, at the end of the game, just making some bad decisions, some costly turnovers, and that ended up, being 3 losses on our record after starting out very well during the beginning of the season, going 7-0.
There's no reason to lose hope and get ready for baseball season in Monoy City. The Bears are 3-1 in Division III of the Schuylkill League. If they can start closing out some games, a division title is a definite possibility, because when things were going good on Monday, well, just look at this oop from Jordan McGee to Joseph.
Yeah, aside from Mike, we got a bunch of role players that are playing really well. Jordan McGee shooting the ball well in the past couple games. Miller, our young guy, freshman, he's playing with a lot of confidence. And the other guys coming off the bench are all playing well. We just got to, make it click a little bit better, make the right pass and find open guys. I think that's our problem right now, and hopefully we could correct it in the next couple days.
Thursday, it's back to the Schuylkill League for Monoy area, as they will host a crossover game with Schuylkill Haven from Division II. Our other two local contenders in Division III of the Schuylkill League won league games on Monday. Here's the SSPTV Standard Speaker scoreboard. It was a big night from Ryan Karchner, Brandon Muhammad, and Jared Paisley for Marion. They won their 7th straight. They're now 4-0 in the league. The 4-6-2 basketball crew improved to 2-2 in the league with their win over Weatherly. Our other two Schuylkill League Division I teams suffered losses on Monday. Jim Thorpe had to use a comeback to get their victory in Fountain Springs. Kendra File opened Hazleton area's game with 2 threes. She finished with 6 of them and 24 points. Pittston area battled back from a 20-point deficit, but the Big HA pulled out the win on the road in overtime. At Mono area, they fell in wrestling. That is sports for tonight.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy birthday to Stephen Bodner. This wish comes with love from your family and friends. In our Talk of the Town report, the Walk-In Art Center, located in Schuylkill Haven, will be holding a Muhammad Ali tribute exhibit opening January 12th. The snow date is Thursday, January 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. Admission is free, but donations are welcome, and light refreshments will be served. For info, just call 570-732-3728. And finally, the Survivors After Suicide Support Group meets the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of each month from 6 to 7:30 at Catholic Social Services, 214 West Walnut Street in Hazleton. This is a no-fee open grief group that welcomes survivors at any stage of the grieving process. And for more information, just call 570-455-1521. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Linda G. Busher of Latimer Mines. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Maurice D'Angelo of Hazel Township. Funeral is Wednesday at 8 p.m. at the Firo Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 5 to 8 p.m. Elizabeth Betty Jane Morrison of Upper Lehigh. Friends may call Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. at the McNulty Funeral Home. Robert E. Marchetti Jr. of Hazleton. Funeral is Thursday at 9:30 a.m. from the John J. Pustai Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 9 p.m. Harriet G. Winder of McAdoo. Funeral is Friday at 10:30 a.m. at the Spittler Funeral Home in Montoursville. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Deborah A. Zelanak of Milnesville. All services and burial will be held privately and at the convenience of the family. The Rosenstock Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements.
We're always online at ssptv.com. Check out our news there and some of our other programs. That's it for tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.